Hello, it's Chris.
Hello, everybody. What's up? And welcome back to Chris vs. the People. This is your first episode. Thanks for tuning in. Today's episode, the last couple of them have had themes here and there, but this week, let me give you some backstory. I was filming a video for my main channel on YouTube, and I was DIYing Labubus. The video should be up by the time this episode is. And I wanted to dye a Labubu black. And in order to dye anything, you need hot water. And so since this was synthetic material, the bottle of dye said dye over 200 something maybe. And so I just boiled water in my kettle to 212. It shuts off at 212, so the water was no hotter. It never got hotter than just a basic boiling point. I was going to use a metal bowl, and my friend was like, it'll stain it. And I thought, okay, good point. I have a set of glass bowls that I bought from Target. And they're Target brand. I got them when I moved into my house. I didn't think anything of it because I was like, okay, a cute mixing bowl. And they're dishwasher and microwave safe. So that's also why I bought them, is because they can withstand temperatures. I had two friends over and we debated whether or not it would shatter, because that was something we were worried about. And I poured a little boiling water in. Nothing happened. So I was like, okay. And especially the fact that they're dishwasher and microwave safe. It says it on the bottom of the bowl. I just feel like, okay, the dishwasher, which I've put this bowl through before many times. In the microwave, I could put a bowl of water in there to boil it. Long story short, I filled the bowl up like 3/4 of the way with boiling water and it immediately shattered. I mean, like I said, this isn't a video. It's all on video. And it shattered, causing not only glass shards to hit me, but also boiling water to flood my kitchen. It got all over my countertops and down my cabinets, into my drawers. Some of my drawers are fucked up. This is like so traumatic. I'm like, the way that this is played in my head, like on loop. Anyways, I immediately felt not only glass, but just the craziest pain I've ever felt on my leg. And I run up out of frame and I'm just like, holy shit. Like I literally just, I'm experiencing trauma, like straight up. And I got a 3rd-degree burn on my ankle. And it's right where my like foot meets my leg. So I can barely walk. I can barely bend it. It looks horrific. I am like low-key traumatized to like do stuff in my kitchen. And like anytime I laugh about it is because I'm like trying to play it off. But it was just trauma. Like I'm really sad, honestly, when I think about this, because I have so much stuff to do for work in the next couple of weeks. And I like have to cancel a lot of it, because I can't walk or wear shoes. I have literally, one of my feet is like a bowling ball and the other is like a normal foot. I'm not going to give you guys feet pics for free. That's crazy. But maybe I'll have Justin put in a thing. So if you're watching this episode on youtube.com/@ChrisVsThePeople, I'm going to tell you to close your eyes, and then I will also tell you to open them when this is off the screen. If you're listening, use your imagination, girl. Okay, close your eyes. This is what it looks like day 4 or 5, whatever today is. Okay, open your eyes again. Now, I don't know. It's really kind of become all consuming. I can barely walk. Like literally, I'm hobbling everywhere and I have a high pain tolerance. This is the worst pain I've ever felt. And that's coming from a child of divorce. So let's really think about that one. It's just been really crazy. Anyways, that's like all I can think about that's new with me, because it's all I think about. I literally have not cooked a meal in my kitchen since. I have ordered so many meals because I just don't want to go in my kitchen. I feel traumatized. I don't know. It's crazy. But for this episode, I really didn't have the brain power to like figure out a theme like I have in a couple of our past episodes. But I have some crazy stories for the main episode, and then I've got 2 calls for the after show. And I feel really confident about this episode, mostly because every single person I called to do like the pre-call with answered on the first try. So like this has some, I mean, that's where the bar is. It's on the floor with all the glass and the boiling water. And oh my God, my skin that just melted off. It was, oh my God, traumatic. We're going to move on. I need to get into this episode before I like truly tailspin into like depression. Now, if this is your first time joining us, be sure to subscribe to Chris vs. the People wherever you get your podcasts. We have video episodes up on YouTube, like I said, and be sure to rate and review it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It helps us out a ton. And thank you to everybody who has done it already. I've been reading some of the reviews and they're so freaking cute. Anyways, we're going to kick this episode off with a call from a listener named Becky. Hi, Becky. It's Chris with Chris vs. the People. I have to ask you about the time that you were 19 years old and you lied to your parents and got on a plane from Canada to, drumroll please, meet a 40-year-old man you met online who claimed he was dying of cancer.
Yeah. So where do I start with this one?
I mean, were you the kind of kid? Well, you were 19, I guess. So you were an adult. You were just living with your parents?
Yeah.
Were you the kind of kid growing up that would sneak out and like hide shit from your parents?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so this was like pretty normal for you.
I mean, for me, yes, they weren't very much aware.
No, I did that math. I may have flunked out of algebra, but I did that math. Now, where did you meet this 40-year-old online? Like, was it Hinge? Was it
Twitter?
It was Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm
just on Twitter when we actually used Twitter.
Okay. No, really, though. I mean, nothing good has ever come from Twitter. Just truly.
Clearly not.
How did you meet him on Twitter?
I don't know. He tweeted something and I responded or vice versa. I don't really remember.
Okay. But it wasn't like direct communication like from one of you to the other.
No.
Okay.
But interestingly enough, the Twitter started when I was like 16.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God.
So we had ended up DMing and whatnot and became really close, and somehow it became romantic, I guess you could say. And it was on and off for years where like we would be really close and we would Skype.
Oh, so you like saw this man's face and like talked to him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was definitely like questions like 4 through 9, honestly. It was like, was he catfishing you? No, he was him. And now that I look back at it, I'm like, what was wrong with me? But anyways, I was young and dumb and it was fun. Yeah, but at 16, it's not your fucking responsibility to like not call out inappropriate behavior between an adult and a minor.
Yeah.
You know, that's sort of on 40-year-old Twitter user.
Yeah. Anyways, so he was honestly crazy. Like we would talk and then like if I didn't answer him for like a day or so, he'd be like, fuck you. And then just like stop talking to me. And then we didn't talk for, I don't know, probably about 9 months to a year. And this was when I was around 19.
Okay.
And he sent me a message one day and he said, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm dying of cancer.
I'm going to just read some context clues really quick. You laughing while saying he's dying of cancer. I'm assuming he was faking it.
Well, that's the question.
Wait, girl, you can't be laughing saying he was dying from cancer and not have the fucking solid answer. What the hell?
Yeah, that was the craziest part was because, so when it happened, I was super upset but also I hadn't talked to this man in 9 months, but still like young me who had become so attached to him after such a long period of on and off and just fucking with my head.
I was going to say so much emotional manipulation. He did like the terrorism level of emotional manipulation with this one.
Yeah. And so he was like, I would love for you to come see me. And I don't know what was going on with me at the time, but I was like, that sounds like something I'm gonna do.
Okay, you don't really have like a cause or a reason or a feeling that really urged you to do this?
Besides just, I don't know, like I think I felt bad, and in my head I think I said like if I don't meet him now and he dies, then I'm gonna regret it for my whole life.
Dude, being a teenager is fucking crazy. Like, what is that I'm sure there's like a few studies on the human brain of teenagers. Like, what is going on up there? That is, I mean, like I've done similarly. Like, no, I haven't. I've never gone to, I don't ever want to go to Florida, just for the record. Okay, so you don't want to have like a what if moment. So you buy a flight.
Yep. And so I just book a ticket and he tells me where he lives and I book a ticket and then I call one of my friends and I'm like, hey, like I just booked this ticket. Like, can you drive me to the airport? Because also I didn't have a car at this time and I live like, I don't know, 2.5 hours from the airport.
Okay. Did you tell the friend beyond that you need a ride what you were doing? Did anybody know about this?
Well, kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a fucking no. I mean, let's be real. It's like, nope, you said everything you needed to.
Yeah, I said I'm going on a trip and I need a ride to the airport, please and thank you.
Did anybody in your real life know about this, like, online relationship, quote unquote?
Honestly, it's like been about 10 years ago now, and I'm trying to think, and my friends know about it now, but I'm thinking back to when it actually happened, and I think it was definitely something that I kept to myself for sure.
Okay, interesting. All right, so you meet this man. I'm assuming he picks you up at the airport?
Yep. And oh my God, it was like beautiful. Like I ran into his arms and we hugged and blah, 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 and whatever. Things were all good, and we go back to his place where I'm staying, of course. And he's like totally fine. Like I go in, like I don't see any, reason to think he's dying.
Okay.
But then the first thing I do when he gets there is starts taking shots of whiskey. And so I'm like, okay, like that's what's happening. Also, too, like in Canada, we can drink at 19. Obviously, you can't in the States.
Yeah.
So, we were drinking together and it was fun. And then by like time he got drunk, he was like sick.
Wait, like throw up sick or cancer sick?
Like cancer sick.
Oh, got it. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, wait, huh? So is he telling you that he's cancer sick, or like did something happen to him?
So he's telling me he's cancer sick, but then he keeps being like, oh, like I'm having heart palpitations, like I might need to go to the hospital, it's my cancer. And I'm like, bro, it might have just been like the fifth of whiskey that you just drank, but okay. And then he'd be like laying in bed like sick, and I would just kind of be like, this is insane. So I remember I went and I slept on the couch. And then he ended up, like, it kind of gets a bit dark at this point. Then he would get angry and yell at me and everything like that. And then the next day, the same thing happened. So he'd be fine during the day, and then he'd drink, and then at night he'd have cancer and he'd be sick.
Okay. I'm seeing the full picture here. How many days did you stay in this situation?
I was supposed to be there for a week. I lasted, I think, 3 days before I called my parents and was like, so this is where I am. This is what's happening. I need a flight home.
Oh my God, you put all 10 toes. If you're my computer teacher in middle school, you put all 11 toes down and you were like, I have to come clean.
Yeah.
What the fuck did your parents say to that?
Well, so they were messaging me because, like, I lived at home with them and I was gone for 2 days and I was in contact with them, but I just was like, oh, I'm at my friend's house. And so I literally just called my mom because he was screaming at me. So I called my mom and I just was crying and I told her everything. And, her being a mom was like, just get out of there. But we were in the middle of like a smaller town in Florida. I literally packed my suitcase and like walked over to like a convenience store and called a cab. And we were like 2 hours from the airport. And so I just got in a cab to the airport and just cried through my whole cab ride. And I had the sweetest cab driver in the world who I told the whole story to. And he was like, I have daughters. Like, I can't believe that.
I honestly am sitting here shook. I don't know at what part I'm shook by. I mean, the fact that you did this, the fact that you booked it for a week, a week for someone you've never met in person is, I mean, like, that is bold. That is bold.
I thought it was going to be the most romantic week of my life, taking care of this man that I'll probably never see. I don't even know. I was living in some, like, Fault in Our Stars.
Have you checked, like, a Florida obituary?
So I've seen him, like, so after this all happened and I left and whatever, he blocked me off everything. And then I somehow was able to look up his Twitter, which, like, because this was like maybe 4 years ago, I found him on Twitter still active. So, yeah, that's about it.
Oh my God. So 6 years later, he was still tweeting.
Yeah.
Okay. I never want to deny someone an illness. It does not sound like he had said illness based off of the fact that he's still tweeting 6 years later. Were your Skypes ever weird? Like, did you ever get a weird vibe from it looking back?
I mean, yeah, because, like, also thinking back, he was like a full-grown man with, like, children and, like, an ex-wife and everything, like,
and like a 16-year-old on Skype. No, like, definitely that is the largest and most apparent red flag. I don't want to make that sound like it's not. I just meant more like, did he ever seem angry, or did he, like, that is shocking. And I obviously, you guys were only spending like a chunk of time together on Skype, so like maybe he waited till after to get angry. But like, did you ever see any other red flags besides the literal age, the crime, I should say?
Absolutely. Like, he would always, like I said, we would go, like, talking for, like, 6 months, and he'd be like, oh, my God, I'm so in love with you, blah, blah, blah. And then if I didn't answer for a couple days or, like, whatever, he would be like, fuck you, don't talk to me. And so then I'd be like, okay, bye. You know, when you, like, think back to the mindset you were in, like, a decade ago, and you're like, who was that and what was wrong with your brain?
No, I, like, think about that all the time, where I think back to things that I did and I try and get in the mindset, but I can't even, like, method act that out. My brain was just on some different shit, and maybe it's because I've literally taken the last 15 years to damage it. But I really look back at some of the things I've done and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
And like, especially your story, I have the same like feeling of looking back and being like, holy shit, how did I survive that, as some of my memories. And like, I'm so glad that you made it, because
yeah,
I mean, that could have been even darker. Did you ever think about calling the cops and like reporting him for talking to a minor?
Not really, because also, like I said, by the time I actually like processed it, like I was so like far away from that person that I used to be that it was just, you know, I didn't even want to go back there in my head. Also, too, like in Canada, the age of consent is 16. Well, in Ontario.
Yeah, but he's in Florida, which, I mean, the age of consent honestly might be 16 in Florida based off of, you know, it being Florida. But it's still just, you're a kid. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And yeah, just going back to how you said too, you're like, how did I survive that? And that's exactly like the way that I feel when I look back at that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, thank God for my parents being so amazing and just being like, not asking any questions and just being like, we booked you a flight, get on the flight. And when I got home, they like left me alone. They didn't even talk to me about it for a good like couple days because they knew how shitty I felt about it.
They seem like really solid parents. They were like, oh, she's definitely learned her fucking lesson. We don't need to like make this worse. Wow, let's end on that note. That feels like like a fucked up wholesome way to end this story. Oh my God, I'm glad that you're alive, and thanks for sharing just this little chapter of trauma with everyone. Wow, you're the first call of this episode, and I'm like, ooh, guys, remember that time 5 minutes ago that I was like, I think this is gonna be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, to also make it an even happier ending, I am 30 years old and I'm getting married to the love of my life next year. So things have all worked out. Oh
my God, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking happy for you.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, congratulations, and I'm glad that you made it to the altar and not with him, honestly. Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for listening.
Oh my God, of course. Have a good day.
So this just reminded me of being at therapy for a second.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I'm just.
You're much funnier than my therapist.
I mean, I would fucking hope so. It is sort of my gig. Well, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, thanks.
Bye. Okay, so if we've learned anything here today, one, don't go to Florida. Two, don't go to Florida to meet a stranger. And three, just don't go to Florida. You don't need to. All right, moving right along, we are talking to Morgan. Hi, Morgan. It's Chris from Chris vs. the People. You found out over Christmas that your dad has been cheating on your mom for 14 years with the woman that got him sent to rehab?
It's a crazy story. So
Okay, so I guess, when was this? How long ago?
so this was this past Christmas, so about 7 months ago.
Oh, okay. So this is very current day life for you. This is life on the prairie, but it's like life on the children of divorced front.
Yeah, it's super fun, super new and fresh.
Love that. Just like the giant 3rd-degree burn on my ankle.
Ooh.
So how did you find out that your dad was cheating on your mom?
So we got new phones over Christmas.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, iPhone. And we were trying to switch them over, but of course, neither of my parents ever remember their passwords, and they don't write them down. So we're always trying to find whatever password they used. And I was going through his phone to try and find a password for something. And he lost his shit at me for looking at his phone, screamed, took off, literally told us we were all worthless, packed his stuff, and drove 12 hours to the state we used to live in.
Wait.
That's just the start.
I know he's driving 12 hours, but let's pump the fucking brakes.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see? I'm assuming you were in the settings and shit, right?
No, so I was just in passwords. I didn't see anything, but it made me on guard. I was like, something is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was already suspicious. He came back. So he drove back. It's now Christmas. It's Christmas Eve or something.
Wait. He drove 12 hours only to come back another 12 hours?
Correct. A few days later. Uh-huh.
Okay, besides a cheater, I think your dad might be a literal psychopath.
No, he definitely is.
Men will literally do anything except go to therapy. He literally drove 12 hours each way.
Correct. A full 24 hours.
You don't even have to drive to the therapist now. You can literally do it from your living room. This is... Holy shit. Okay, so he gets back after his 24-hour drive-a-thon.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, my dad's an alcoholic. He's always been. And he gets super drunk one night, and all of us kids are, going to bed, and he's outside talking to someone. And my mom asks him, 2 times, and he goes, "Oh, it's Bob. It's Bobby." And she says, "Okay, that's weird." She literally overhears him say, "I just don't want to be with her for the rest of my life." And she's like, "Excuse me?" Yeah.
I mean, from what we've heard about your dad to this point, he doesn't sound like the smartest bulb in the crayon box.
No.
He gave himself up by having a freak out and then a 24-hour Toyota-thon. I mean...
Yeah, and so he's drunk as a skunk, and so my mom asked for a third time, who is he talking to? And he hands her the fucking phone.
And I'm assuming it wasn't Bob.
It was not Bob. The phone said Kim Lee, and we're like, he doesn't know it, Kim Lee. What? And my mom says hello, and she just hangs up on her.
Oh.
And so my mom's like, okay, something's going on. This is crazy. They get into this giant argument, screaming. We wake up because we're like, what's happening?
You were like, is that Santa coming down the chimney?
I was like, are you there, Rudolph?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so my mom's like, get the fuck out, as she should. What a queen. And he, again, I'm not sure if he went back to Illinois, which is where we used to live, or he just stayed at a hotel, but he left without much argument or even a goodbye.
What? He left on that moment as he's pissed drunk?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
This story. Wow. Today's episode, guys, to everyone listening, I am sorry. Wow. This has just so many fun elements of adulthood depression. So I'm assuming Kim is the one who sent him to rehab that you said?
So yeah, so basically, we just switched our phones over. He has his new phone. I still have his old phone. So I'm like, fuck this. I log back into his phone and I like reactivate his phone number.
Oh my God, bitch, you have the nuclear codes.
Oh yes, I did. And so what I did is I found, the phone number that he's been calling, and it was like dozens and dozens of calls, like missed calls, so much. And so I paid like the $1 for that background check service to figure out who this person was.
I love that all of us are just spending the $1 for the background check service. It is like honestly an incredible, like if you're out to dinner with your friends and you're having like a fun night, the drinks are flowing and you're eating good food, one of you pay the $1 for a background check. It is so fucking fun. Anyways, I should not be admitting how many times this has happened at a dinner with me and friends. Okay, so you pay the $1 for the background check.
Yeah, and it comes up as a woman, and I'm like, oh, Mom, do you know this woman's name? And I'm going to say her first name because it makes sense. It's Kimberly. Like, her first name is Kimberly, which is why he put it in the phone as Kim Lee.
Oh, like Kimly?
No, Kim, like last name Lee.
Oh. I was like, well, I mean, literally based off of what we've learned about your dad's IQ, I assumed that he made it Kimly.
That would make sense.
It really would. Okay, so you find Kimberly.
Yes, and so this is actually the same woman that he kissed in front of my mom and her husband 14 years ago, blamed it on the alcohol and said he needed help, and so we sent him to rehab.
Okay, honestly, I'm not going to blame your mom for anything. However, she really could have done the craziest thing ever and just started making out with her husband.
She really could have, but...
Like, she could have literally said, bitch, bet.
Well, my mom and dad have been together since they were like 14, 15. She's the only guy she's ever been with. So she was just, kind of trapped in that cycle of...
Honestly, I know that it doesn't seem like it now because it's so fresh maybe, but like you in a couple of years are going to think, holy shit, life has never been so good because of this divorce.
No, it's amazing. Do you know how much, like, even like how peaceful it is? Like, I don't go home and I'm like terrified I'm going to get screamed at for like looking at a bottle of wine.
No, like it is crazy. Like what my dad, when my parents got like growing up, we would open the like get home from picking all of us up from school. My mom would do it. And we would, as the garage door was going up, we would all like have our necks tilted and like looking under the garage door to see if his car was there. And when it wasn't, we would all go, oh. And so it's like,
yeah, the sigh of relief.
Yes. It's like now your life is just one giant sigh of relief. And I'm especially for your mom, like for my mom, and I hope she's not like annoyed that I'm saying this, but like her whole life goal was to raise a family, and having a broken family really affected her. And it's not until recent that it's like, she's like, thank God that happened. I became who I am. And I really think your mom is about to like have the fucking time of her life.
No, I definitely think she is. And because I've been telling her that, and she was the same way. She came from a broken family. She didn't want the same thing. And that's why she didn't divorce him like all these years ago.
No, I get it. I think that's why a lot of people stay in marriages, is for the kids or just like for the vanity of having a family that's united, quote unquote.
Yeah, but so, I do have some other information about this woman.
Oh my God. Well, is it shady? Because it sounds like it's about to get shady.
Oh, it's shady.
Oh, hit us, girl.
She was friends with my mom. Like, she had 3 kids as well that were all our kids' age. So we were all friends. We would always hang out. And
so wait, your mom knew Kim?
My mom knew her. She was friends with her. But I can tell you why they stopped being friends, and it wasn't because of my dad.
Oh, I mean, oh my God, what? Why? I'm so scared to hear this.
You should be. My grandma, my mom's mom, passed away really young, around the same time, from cancer. And this woman showed up to my grandma's funeral, drunk as hell, made a giant scene all about herself that her husband had to drag her out.
So if I'm doing the house accounting correctly,
Mm-hmm.
your first time that your family met Kim was at a funeral for your mom's mom.
No, we knew her before because we did like sports with her kids.
Oh, okay. So your mom and her were friends first.
Correct. She stopped being friends with her after she showed up to her mom's funeral and just like ruined it.
Okay, wow. I mean, your dad's IQ is really contagious because that just took me forever to put those very simple pieces together. Wow. Okay, that would end a friendship for sure. I thought that this was how they met the woman, and I was like, huh?
Oh my God.
And they chose to be friends? No, literally quite the obvious, you stupid bitch. Wow. Well, I am like honestly raising a glass to you guys. You guys are about to have the best time of life.
Yes, we are. And the best part is he doesn't even know anymore that I have all these voicemails dating 14 years back from his phone of like him and her saying like, I love you or hi, hon, just all these voicemails. We have like bank statements too of like Tiffany's and Victoria's Secret things that none of us received.
Okay, your mom should be getting the fucking rings from Tiffany's and the lingerie, although Kim can keep the lingerie. That sounds kind of gross.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Wow. I am honestly, I know this sounds like cold-hearted, but like, what a happy ending. Like, genuinely.
No, it is such a happy ending. And like, I will say, I want everyone to know my mom gave me permission to share the story. So don't worry, I'm not outing her life.
Oh my God, I would... Girl, I would fucking hope. Oh my God. Well, give your mom like a fucking solid fist bump from me, I guess, or a hug. But like, fuck yeah to her.
Yeah, she's so excited when I told her I was doing this. She was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, well, tell her I say hi. Hi, Morgan's mom. I'm so fucking proud of you. You're really about to have like the time of your life. So lean in and buckle up, bitch. You're going to have trouble keeping up with your mom, just as a forewarning. Like, my mom is the most social person I know now. And I'm like, whoa, so maybe I am an introvert.
I know. The more I'm thinking, I'm like, my mom wants, if she wants to go out, what am I going to do? I'm going to be like, I have to study. I don't know.
I know it gets scary, but oh my gosh, I'm rooting for you guys. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you for calling and thanks for having me on.
Oh my God. Thanks for being on. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Enjoy the rest of your calls.
Thank you. Bye. Dude, when done right, divorce really is like one hell of a drug. Ooh, like it just is that girl. Like I said, in very appropriate situations, you know, it's not all the time. It's very sad for some people. I hear that. It was not sad for my family. I mean, it was, but like it was a pretty quick turnaround time in terms of sadness. It was so cute. Morgan wished me a good rest of my calls because our next call is with a listener named Peyton. Hi, Peyton. It's Chris from Chris vs. the People. We need to talk about how you ruined 15 friendships in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because that seems like you've got some talents.
Yeah, I would say it might be.
How old are you now and when did this happen?
So I'm 24 now, and this actually just happened like, I don't know, 6 months ago. So when I was 23.
Wow, some dark shit was happening 6 to 7 months ago for a lot of people in this episode so far. So were all 15 of the friendships ones that you had, or were there like ancillary ones that got affected?
Well, okay. So my girlfriend, which it's yes and a no. My girlfriend, which we've been together for about 2.5 years now. She coming into the relationship, I had like no friends because I'm a total loner. But she is like super out there, loves making friends. And she came into the relationship with this gigantic friend group. Like it wasn't like individual different groups. They were a huge group of people. And so I was all for it. I had been searching for friends for years, like on Bumble BFF, trying to just find somebody.
Oh my God, you used Bumble BFF?
Well, I did. It didn't work.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask because I've never actually met someone who uses Bumble BFF. Not like that's not shade, I promise. It's just that like, I know people who use Bumble like for like love and penetration. Okay, anyway, yeah, I guess I could get on a real tangent about Bumble BFF. Okay, so you are trying to make friends, you meet your girlfriend, and she is a huge group of friends.
Yeah, so I was super stoked. Like my girlfriend, she invited me to pretty much every single one of their outings. I got along, I thought, with these people super well. I am like really shy in person when it comes to outings. So I like admittedly don't talk a lot. Like I love just being in the moment and listening to people.
Yeah, no, babe, you're an introvert. I got it.
Exactly. And so my girlfriend knows this. I mean, I warned her like going into the relationship that I'm like super awkward to outside people. And so she had warned them per my request, like, don't worry, it's not that she doesn't like you. She's just really, really shy. And so I would get ready and go to these outings, and I had so much fun. Well, come to find out later, they did not like me. I don't know why. I didn't say any, like they just got a weird vibe from me, I suppose. But so I thought we were jiving really well. They never said anything to my girlfriend about me having any qualms with me. They always put me on the invite list. Like it wasn't just my girlfriend come over. It was both of our names on the invite list. Anyways, regardless.
So, well, then how did you find out that they didn't like you?
Yeah, well.
Oh, we're getting to that. Got it. Okay.
So us both, obviously, we get invited to their wedding. So I'm a lesbian, they're lesbians. This is a huge queer friend group, huge.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I get invited to their wedding. Both of them live in like a sub-apartment underneath their parents' house. And so the wedding was in their backyard.
Okay.
And what had happened was most of us were kind of in their little apartment, their subunit downstairs, just kind of after everything was said and done, like the after party. And my girlfriend goes to the bathroom, which is like, I don't know, like 8 to 10 feet away. And I, being the introvert that I am like cowardly in a corner, and it gets super silent in the room. So I was like, okay, now's my opportunity. I'll get out of my shell and I'll try to say something, right? So,
oh, no.
Oh yeah. So I back up a little bit into this corner and I kind of hit the boxes. There's a bunch of boxes from the wedding gifts behind me that they had opened the night before. And so I kind of hit these boxes in the back and I was like, oh, whoa, there's a lot of boxes in here. And I'm looking on the floor. Oh, it gets worse. I'm looking on the floor and admittedly, I am the asshole. I didn't mean to be. I am the asshole in this story.
Okay. I love just the immediate owning up of it before I don't know what happens. When you said you got up to like really have your moment, I was picturing like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like Lizzie McGuire doing like the ribbon dancing on the show. Like I just pictured you like really going for it and it being crazy, but it sounds like it does get insane.
Yeah. Oh, it certainly does. So I'm scanning the floor and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of garbage here. And I admittedly open my mouth and I say, oh, there's a lot of boxes here. And I was like, oh, wow, it's really dirty in here. Like, I'm not thinking, right? Like, I'm just observing the things around me. I am not trying to come off as a bitch. And then I look up and then somebody was like, oh yeah, these are a bunch of boxes and garbage from all the wedding gifts they opened last night. And I was like, oh, okay. And then somebody chimes up and says that, they keep their house clean or something like that. And they live all the way in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, me too. Like I'm a complete neat freak. Like it's really, and I say it's toxic neat freak. Like this isn't just like, oh, I keep my house clean. Like if I feel dirt underneath my feet, I immediately need to clean, right?
No, you're speaking to like the choir here, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that I'm being mean. In retrospect, I totally understand how that came off. But then everybody kind of goes quiet and I say like, oh, I wouldn't keep it. I'm pretty sure I used the word like unorganized or I think maybe dirty. Again, I'm just trying to be an extrovert and trying to make conversation with all of these people in this room while I'm left to my own devices. And then everybody just kind of gives me a mean look and then calms down. Like it just, hush over the crowd. And then my girlfriend immediately comes out of the bathroom and she's like, okay, like, let's go outside. She's super chipper. And I'm like, okay, not thinking anything about it. Then one of the friends that we had previously hung out with, again, not the brides, but one of the friends, goes over to 3 other friends in the corner of the room and starts whispering and says, you will never believe. And that's all I heard. And I was like, oh, I think this play's about us. I turned to my girlfriend and I said, I think I fucked up.
Wait, let me just get something straight. The worst thing you did was you ran into some boxes and said, wow, this is really messy, or it's really dirty. And then you said, I am toxic neat freak.
Yeah, that's it. Which, again, my girlfriend explained it to me like this. She said, they're super sensitive people.
Well, not to dirt, apparently, or cardboard boxes.
Exactly. Well, so she said they have had a depression room. They said they have had a depression department for as long as I've known them. And she's known them for years. My girlfriend just turned 30. They're, I think, like 27 and 28.
Oh, I'm starting to put all of these little Legos together.
Yeah, so they're sensitive about the fact they have a depression department, which I get that. I totally get that. That's where I know I'm the asshole. But at the moment, I wasn't thinking about that. Like, somebody had chimed up that something about they didn't like that the room was dirty every time they come to visit them or something like that. And so I thought it was okay to chime up. And I literally said the word toxic neat freak. But afterwards, everybody's still being cordial to me, right? Nobody's like mean girling me that night. And we finally leave. And then I notice a couple days later, I'm like, oh, where are the wedding photos? Like, where's the after party photos? I want to see everybody all dressed up, whatever. So I'm scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, oh, why does it say add friend? I'm like, Erica, which is my girlfriend's name. I was like, did they delete their Facebook? Like, what's going on? And so my girlfriend looks on her Facebook and it still says that they're friends. And then she looks in their followers list and I'm completely removed, like just like that. And so I was like, what did I do? Like, was it about the boxes thing? Or I don't understand why they would cut me off like that. Like, that's just so sudden. So my girlfriend, she texts them, which much to her dismay, she did not want to text them because she doesn't like confrontation.
No, who would want to text them, hey, did my girlfriend piss you guys off?
So awkward. And so my girlfriend texts them and says, hey, I was just wondering, like, no pressure, did you remove Peyton from Facebook? And so then they kind of try to skirt around the situation. They send back kind of a really short answer, and my girlfriend wanted to know more, obviously, because she loves them, but she also loves me, and she wants to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on. And so finally, they said that I showed my true colors that night, and that they think that I'm manipulative, and that I'm toxic, and that they were really disheartened by what I said without them there. They used the word behind their backs and said that I showed my true colors because I didn't say it to their face.
Were they not in the room?
What? No, they weren't in the room.
This sounds a little insane. I don't think you're the asshole.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't like that, they could have said, hey, we have this, this, and this. The way you said that or what you said hurts because of this. Like, especially if you're like just getting to know them and vice versa.
Exactly.
You don't know this backstory. They have to understand that you aren't doing this maliciously.
I know.
And like, that's what I'm like, that kind of makes them the asshole, I feel. Like, yeah, I think it's kind of wild on your part to say, wow, it's really dirty. Like, I would not say that to anybody, mostly because my house is always dirty. But like, I kind of just assumed you meant like, oh, it's messy. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like you're the asshole here. Am I toxic?
Yeah, they said that they kind of already knew and something along those lines. And my girlfriend replied with like, She is totally not like that. Like, I was in the bathroom, but I kind of heard what she was saying in the moment. I didn't think anything was wrong about it. She wasn't trying to say it maliciously. Like, she wasn't trying to attack you.
I love that your girlfriend is like going to bat for you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're very much in love, so nothing has changed since then. But,
well, I mean, besides 15 friendships.
oh, yeah, no, yep. So afterwards of them kind of going back and forth and my girlfriend trying to make a point, she said, well, I really love Peyton, and I'm just sad to hear that you guys don't like her. Like, she's totally not like that. And I would understand if you don't want her to come to any formal events anymore. She said that she's totally okay with it, which I did. I'm totally fine with that. I wanted my girlfriend to still have her friendships, right?
Totally.
I still wanted her to be a part of this big group. So I was like, I am totally not hurt if you remain friends with them. I said, I will not come to any events anymore. Don't even worry about me. Like, you love them with your whole heart. I would totally understand if you remain friends with them. And my girlfriend was like, absolutely not. She's like, I love them. I have this deep history with them. But the fact that they disrespected you like that and they just totally cut you off without asking for an explanation or even letting you apologize to them by coming to you first. So my girlfriend hasn't been friends with them since.
Oh my God. Wow. My nipples are rock hard. Like the way that she just stood up. Oh my God. That is hot.
Oh yeah. I love her.
Wow.
Exactly. I love her. But yeah, she stood her ground. I have asked her, I don't know how many times, at least once a month. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I would totally understand, because she's still sad, right? It's a huge grief to lose that many friends, right? So I tell her, I said, if you change your mind at any point, please, you don't even have to run it by me. I give you full permission to go back and create those friendships again. I said, because I don't want you feeling like how I do. Like, I feel so lonely without friends. Like, I want to make friends, but I can't. And I said, you already had such a deep history established with them. Like, if you ever want to go back, please do. But since then, everybody, all this gigantic friend group, mind you, this is like even huger than 15 friendships. This is just the 15 friendships that were closest.
Oh my God.
Everybody unfollowed both of us. So they had a huge gab session after our text messages. And I feel like they probably told the people, and the people probably felt obligated to unfollow us, because a lot of them have still been reaching out periodically, asking my girlfriend, how's she doing? How's life, etc. But still, all of them unfollowed her like that same week.
Oh my God. Okay, this sounds like a toxic friend group to begin with. And like, listen, I understand that some of them are dealing with mental illness, but like, that doesn't give you the right to be a piece of shit to people.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. If that's what it's doing, it's on you to work on that. Not you, like, it's up on that person to work on it. That is
exactly
wild. Well, Peyton, we're not only hearing this story because we're talking to you on the after show about the time your father tried to murder you in front of party goers. So
yep.
I am personally very excited to hear about that. And I will talk to you in a little bit on the after show.
Sounds great. Bye, Chris.
Wow. Truly being an extrovert is not her drink. Wow. I mean, listen, what she said wasn't ideal, but their reaction makes it sound like she stood up, looked every single one of them in the eyes, and then called them a cunt. Like, I don't know. That seems like Peyton and her girlfriend dodged a serious bullet. It's funny that Peyton wondered if she was the asshole, because next we are talking to Ashlyn. Hi, Ashlyn. It's Chris from Chris vs. the People. Now, you're wondering if you're the asshole for being mad at your dad and stepmom for lying to your sibling about how they got together.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll give you a little backstory.
How did your dad and stepmom actually get together?
It's a long story. So my stepmom was my neighbor growing up. So like she was married previously, and then like my parents were married, obviously. And so like I became friends with my now stepsister that's like older than me, and that's like how I met her. When her parents were getting divorced, my stepmom pretty much caused my parents to get divorced via affair. And I was like 10 at this time. So what they told my youngest stepsister is that my dad broke up her and like my stepmom and her dad. And then like she came and visited me and was asking me about it. And I was like, no, like that didn't happen.
Wait, let me clarify.
Yeah.
What really happened was that your neighbor, now stepmom, broke up your parents. But what actually happened was the opposite?
So what actually happened was that my stepmom did it, and what my parents, like my dad and my stepmom, told my younger sister was that it was the opposite.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's what I thought. And why are you mad at them for lying to your younger step-sibling?
I mean, the only reason I find it wild is because, like, they moved. So I'm in Michigan, and they moved, like, up to wine country, which is just, like, one small, tiny part of Michigan, and it's up north.
I didn't even know Michigan was making wine, so you really do learn something new every day. Cheers.
Yes, they do make wine. It's really sweet and gross. But anyways, they live up there now, and there's like all these vineyards and bars and stuff that they are regulars at. And like my step siblings that live up there now work there, and they like made this narrative with like bartenders and like the regulars and the locals up there that that's what happened, which I'm not like mad. I'm just like weird, I guess. I don't know.
It kind of gives that your like parents moved and are like trying to like leave their past behind and seem quote unquote normal or functional.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know, like it's a little bit messy too because like my mom and my stepmom were friends as well.
Oh my God. Okay, having started this show, I've heard of this outside of this podcast like once. Why do so many fucking men divorce their wives to go to their wife's best friend? This is genuinely, when I say so common, just far more fucking common than I thought.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's wild and men are trash.
Well, yes. So what did you do in terms of like expressing your anger towards your dad and stepmom? You just like verbally were like, this is fucked up that you're lying?
Well, I told my little sister, and then she like went back up there, and they just like my little sister wasn't mad, but she was like, you know, my mom was young. I was like, but she was 35. Like she knew better.
You're like, her frontal lobe was formed, or so we thought.
Yeah. I was like, she made some choices, and my dad is definitely not innocent either, but at the end of the day, I was just like weird, and they've just, you know, not really talked to me much, which I live like 4 hours away from them, so whatever, but I'm just annoyed that that's all happening, and I haven't really talked to them about it. I'm scared to talk to them about it.
I mean, I think you are by far not the asshole. Like, I think it's very fair for you to be mad at your dad and stepmom. And I think a lot of that anger probably comes just from anger of how they got in the situation and like the way they got together. I think, are you like close with your mom?
Like, not really, no. I'm kind of like distant from all of them.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, okay. So I was going to say maybe you're like protective of your mom and like that really pissed you off. So never mind.
I mean, definitely when I was younger, yes, that. And still my mom is innocent in that situation, but my mom's also kind of crazy. So, like.
How old is the younger sibling when they told them this lie?
She's 22.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh. She's very much old enough to be told. Okay. I was thinking like maybe she was 10 and I'm like, okay, I get it. Oh, wait, she works at a bar.
Yeah.
No, I'm really moving very slowly today. Okay, right. She worked at a bar. Yeah, I don't think it's fucking Honey Boo Boo serving you a lager.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole, and it sounds like your dad and stepmom kind of suck.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Yeah. They moved to wine country and it's still in Michigan.
Yeah.
I don't think all the I think the lights are on, but nobody's home, and I don't think you're the asshole at all.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I mean, I might be a little bit of an asshole for being the one that like drops all the bombs on her, though, because like I also told her about how our older sibling was a heroin addict for like a short period in his life. He's no longer, but I like dropped that on her a few years ago too. So I feel really bad, but I'm also just like, I'm honest.
Oh, I'm still processing what you just dropped on us. I mean, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that that's an asshole move. I don't think being honest is an asshole move, especially when it comes to family. It's like one thing if like you were talking shit about your friend's parents and were like, hey, did you know this? But I think if it's your own fucking family, they deserve to fucking know.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think you're the asshole in any capacity.
Well, thank
but
you.
Again, I don't know how you talk to your parents, so maybe you are, and I just don't know. But from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like it.
Okay, cool.
Slay Diva, you can go on to slay another day.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to play.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of the show. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude, divorce? Dude, every time... Dude, this happened like an episode or two ago where I was like, there's no theme. And then at the end, I was like, oh, there is a theme. It's like last time it was death, I think. And this is just divorce. Like breakups and divorce. This is fucking bleak. I was like, guys, buckle in for a fun episode. And it's bleak. All right, for our last call, we are talking to Aubrey. Hey, Aubrey, it's Chris from Chris vs. the People. I think we need to discuss your ex-boyfriend scamming you and your family for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, when was this? Like how many years ago or months?
Oh, this was very recent. This was from middle of September to the beginning of December.
Okay, so he didn't fall for fall. He fell for scamming. What was the scam?
So it all started with my mom's card in September. And then my card was getting scammed, and my grandma's got scammed while she's in the hospital for chemo. And so it was basically like every time we got a new card, it was getting scammed. And so he was saying that his card was getting scammed too, but like it really wasn't. And so we all thought it was somewhere that like we were going. So like I took my card off of Apple Pay. I started going to Target, Walmart, like everything. And so my card was still getting scammed. And so we thought it was someone at the college that like walking around like scamming or something like that. And like nothing. So we couldn't figure it out.
So all of this started in September where you like noticed that like your card, your mom's card, your grandma's card were being scammed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like $50. It was like $300 like every time. And so fast forward to December, and it was like the day before we broke up. For like the past month before that, we were already on like we were like already
on thin ice.
Yeah. So that day, we were going to the gym, and my mom asked me to stop at the store and like pick some stuff up for her. And we were just like my car, but she was right behind me, so we ended up just taking hers and whatever. And so we went there, and we got back. And he asked if I wanted him to put my wallet back in my car. And I wasn't thinking anything of it because we actually, like, grew up together, like, everything. Like, I've known them for, like, a while, but we were together for, like, 8-9 months. So, like, I thought nothing of it. Anyways, the next day, I was at work, and my mom sent me a message and asked if I would bring her and her coworker some lunch. And so I ordered it, and then I went to go pay, and I was like, what the fuck? My debit card isn't in my wallet. And so I called him, and I was like, hey, what's my debit card in my wallet whenever you put it in my car? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I think it was at least. And so I thought, well, maybe I left it at the house because I just ordered some stuff online, like, 2 nights before. So I was like, okay, I'll just find it whenever I get home. And so anyways, I get back at work, and then he just stops, like, responding to my text messages, my calls. Like, he just stops responding. And so I go to go look on Life 360 and, like, see where he's at. And he turned it off, like, completely. And so I'm like, And I realized that I had his Find My location. So I look on there, and I see he's in the mall parking lot. And, like, for context, my bank is right by the mall.
Okay.
But like in my head, I was thinking he's like with the girl because the mall in my town, it's like very like run down, small, like there's nothing to do in the mall. So I was thinking he was like with the girl in the parking lot.
Oh my God. So you thought he was like cheating on you at this point, and you weren't even thinking of like he's the culprit of the scams.
Yeah, because before this, I had some text messages of him talking to girls. So like that's what I thought it was, because we were already like on the rocks because of like the girls and all that. We ended up breaking up, and the next day, my mom wakes up at like 2 a.m. and saw that she had $1,200 worth of fraud charges on her card. And so she checks my account because she has access to it, and only whenever her card gets scammed, my card gets scammed, or like vice versa.
Yeah.
And so she looks at my account, and she saw money was taken out of the ATM. And so she woke me up. She's like, I see that you found your card. And I was like, I didn't find my card. And she was like, how'd you take money out of the ATM? I was like, I didn't take money out of the ATM. And so that's kind of like it all clicked. By the ATM at least. So we went and filed a police report, and the first call we had was terrible. Like, he never, like, reached out to the bank, nothing.
Oh my God, I'm shocked. The police not doing their jobs? What? Who would have seen that one coming?
And so later on in the month, I was on my bank app, and it gave me a thing that there was updates to my claim. And so I clicked on it, and they said that I was the one that took money out the ATM, and they uploaded a picture, and it was him. It was a picture of him, and then they uploaded a picture of me from like 2 months ago, and tried saying that it was the same person. And he tried covering up his face, but he still had on his bracelets, like his watch, like everything that he wears on a normal day, but still covered up his face.
Oh my.
Yeah. So that's when we realized that like it was him. And so we were like, if he did this, who's not to say he wasn't the one that was scamming us this whole time?
No, I think that is exactly what that means. I don't think it's a question. I think it's like, okay, every puzzle piece has come together. It's not that you just got all the border pieces put together.
Yeah. So we actually got like a really good cop after that. And it took a couple months, but he got all the records back, and it proved it was him. And it was 7 cards in 2.5 months that he scammed.
What was the total of money that he scammed you guys out of?
So everything the cop could prove was over $3,000, but some of the companies didn't keep the records because we would like catch it fast enough to where like the money didn't always go through.
So if it went through, that would have been much higher than $3,000.
Yeah.
Did you confront your ex about this?
No, we actually didn't say anything because I didn't want to say something and then like him just like run off.
Okay, fair. Did he get arrested?
He did, but his mom works at a bank and he got bailed out that same day.
I just fucking hate it here.
I know.
Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that you exterminated the rats.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so, like, scary. That is such a fear. Like, in dating, I'm always just like, you really have no idea who the person is. Like, and it's frightening.
Yeah, because my mom knows his parents. My mom taught his little sister. Like, we've known each other forever. So it was just so, like, shocking, honestly.
No, that's really shocking. I'm like trying to think of what I would do, and I can't imagine it would be anything productive or positive if I found that out. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I would have become a Carrie Underwood music video before she became like a weird Trumper.
Yeah.
But oh my God, like that's really wild. I'm glad that you figured that out. Thanks so much for being a part of today's episode. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I love these so much. Like, I love them.
Oh, thank you. I really love this show and talking to people too. It's just wild to hear just all of the different things that can happen in life. I relate to so many of the calls. So it's nice to have such personal shit be going down and then like to hear someone else's story and be like, oh, okay, it's not just me. I'm not totally insane or alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Keep your debit card in your front pocket and kick that bitch to the curb. Well, I'll talk to you later.
All right. right, bye.
Bye, Aubrey. When I was preparing for this episode, I saw this submission and it reminded me of a story that I heard when I was on tour last summer. And I was in Chicago, and this girl basically told me about how she had her identity stolen by her ex. And it's just, I've had someone I know date someone who like was untruthful about everything. And like my friend still doesn't even know what the fucking tea was. It's crazy just on so many regards that people can like sleep in the same bed as you and then steal from you. That one, I guess, is like just the creme de la creme or the piece de resistance or some other French fucking phrase. Anyways, that is today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching this, be sure to comment down below if you have any crazy stories, and if you want to be a part of the next episode, be sure to fill out the form, which is in the description of this episode. Again, be sure to not only subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, but also rate and review it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. There's video episodes up on youtube.com/@ChrisVersusThePeople. And we are going to go head on over to the after show on patreon.com/Chris Clemens. So I'll see you on the after show. Bye.